Kanye West should be dropping Donda again this year. Maybe we'll get a whole different rebrand for it. So again, Lou, I'm gonna let you introduce this man. I want to ask you, just to start off this whole conversation, do you think if Kanye does not drop this year, that he's gonna have the same sort of stature going into 2021? Going into 2022? If you wanted to release an album, like, do you think that this is kind of like a deadline year for him?
He can definitely take another year off. I mean,
sure.
for
Okay.
fuck's sakes, man. He's done so much at this point that he could even retire if he wanted to and just start producing and stick to that. But Donda gets me excited just because I feel like it'll be maybe Kanye's most personal album, because of course Donda's in reference to his late mother. So, based on that, based on the snippets that he's put out, especially the one that he put out, I think it was a couple of months ago, where we had the Lauryn Hill sample from the song.
He was on a boat.
He was on a boat, and
On a boat. Okay, no, yeah, okay. I can't remember the name. I can't remember what song he sampled, but it was a Lauryn Hill.
I think
sample.
it was a doo-wop.
I'd have to re-listen. I think so. I'm not sure though.
Anyways, it sounds like he's going back to, that soul sample type production. And, even though that we're in a new era of Kanye West where it's more gospel inspired, I do think that, of course, he's still capable of making cohesive projects just because, for fuck's sakes, he has one of the best discographies of all time,
For sure.
So, SK, take me through how you think, Kanye's 2020 went and what we could expect to see from him in 2021.
Yeah, for sure. So in 2020, think he had that single with Travis Scott, like
Wash Us in the Blood.
Wash Us in the Blood, yeah. And then Nah with DaBaby, and then the remix with 2 Chainz. For me, those tracks are like amazing. I love them, even though they got mixed response. But yeah, he collaborated with pretty big names, and I don't know, I feel like that's all part of his like plan, because I think he may have thought that if he didn't do anything all of last year, that sort of like the hype would die. So maybe he did that to like, I don't know, keep his name in the air. But back to what we were talking about, like if he could take a break or not, I think he could take like 2-3 years off and it will still be like one of the most anticipated albums. Like look at what happened with Cardi. Like I think we were waiting for Whole Lotta Red for like a year, 2 years. And the hype didn't die at all. So I think it's like a similar situation, except it's fucking Kanye West. So
yeah, it is Kanye. And you know what? It's just like, at this point, you can never second guess Kanye's power because the guy's sitting in billions right now, right? Like his influence is absolutely crazy. There was such a huge spike on the Gap stock once he had mentioned that he was working with Gap on collaborations and designs. So you see the sort of influence Kanye has on this new gen culture, and not only that, but the type of discography he has. Because as far as producing goes and music quality goes, Kanye has never missed, in my opinion. Even you could call Jesus is King whatever you want it, but if you're gonna tell me that the production was flat or it didn't sound like up to standard with his old albums, that's complete horseshit. In my opinion, it was a fantastic produced album. It maybe didn't speak to all of Kanye fans and to the hip-hop community.
I just feel like it was one of Kanye's only albums where there were maybe a couple fillers, and that's not something that I'm used to with a Kanye album.
But it wasn't a bad album at all, bro.
I think it's his weakest though. Like I feel like if I'm looking at like his whole career, it's not there. Like everything else is to one side of the spectrum, and then there's Jesus is King to the right.